Quick note, this is an AI-assisted, 5-minute recap of a Grant Owen podcast with guest Dan Martell. The frameworks, numbers, and predictions are his opinions. Online it feels like everyone uses AI, so you feel behind. Martell calls that a mirage. By his estimate, only about 5% ever paid for it. Chatting with a bot once a week is not using AI. He argues the real adoption gap is only just opening, where the opportunity sits. His model, picture AI as a cousin, Marcus, with a 160 IQ who wants you to win. Jake just plays games and chats, how most people treat AI. Sophie is different. She asks Marcus to make her $5 million in real estate, find deals, run numbers, talk to the bank, and gets out of his way. The lesson: stop chatting what you already want to hear, and start handing it real, hard jobs to run end to end. Where do you start if you feel technically hopeless? Forget technology, he says, and think in problems: a desire, no outcome, a gap. The easiest first income, he says, is selling content output, sales pages, websites, blogs, posts, to the majority who refuse to learn AI. Call any gym, plumber, or HVAC firm, he says, and nobody uses AI. So charging $1,000 a month to run their content is pure arbitrage. If AI does the work, what is left? 3 things it can't copy: taste to pick the one good option, vision to call a future that should exist, and care for people. AI only gives you the polished average to powerful, but never the genuine leap. His phrase for the human edge: hard for computers, easy for humans. His example, a claim to check, is a tool one person built in 9 months and sold for $1 billion. The one-person billion-dollar company already happened. To go from 100,000 to 1 million, he says, stop selling AI and start running your own business on it. His framework, the replacement ladder. You climb by replacing yourself in the cheapest, most time-consuming work first: admin, delivery, marketing, sales, and finally leadership. Each rung should cost the least time and money, freeing more for the level above. Sales he keeps for last, that is where you learn the market. The top rung is leadership, and he claims he is already there. One person on his team runs the finances of 17 companies with a crew of AI agents. The big layoffs at Meta, Block, and Atlassian, he argues, are a leadership failure: bosses who never retrained their people instead of replacing them. So he shut his company for 2 days, ran a hackathon, and taught everyone, even HR and finance, Claude Code. The team, he claims, came out roughly 5 times more productive. Think you are too old? He points to Todd, a chief executive in his late 50s who figured it out, proof it is never a generational thing. His favorite story, again, his to verify, is Wayne, 62, who lost his voice to throat cancer, embraced voice AI, and now earns $12,000 a month. The common thread is not talent but desire plus action. His blunt line: enough getting ready, nobody will move your fingers on the keyboard for you. On tools, he starts with Whisper Flow: hold a key, talk at 200 words a minute, and it transcribes your intent, dropping the false starts. Then he stacks Claude's chat, cowork, browser, and code tools, with his big point: AI is the first technology ever programmed in plain English, not curly braces. Worried about lock-in when the best model changes? Don't be. Let one AI export its memory and prompts and migrate you to the next, so you never start over. The jump from 1 million to 10, he says, is not another tool, it is brand, because nobody actually buys AI. They buy trust, and brand builds it. His evidence: when users lost trust in one AI lab, he claims a rival grew fast. Trust is why they buy from you and not the next seller. Brand is association, earned by showing up over years. His estimate: a pinch of salt, 1 million followers is $10 million of unactivated revenue. One warning: AI slop is real, so keep a human in the loop. The model drafts, you judge, it revises, until the work is good enough to ship. He frames it as a 10/80/10 loop. You own the 10% of ideation and the final 10% of polish, while AI handles the 80 in the middle. That final human touch, he argues, is exactly what can't be replaced. His challenge before 2027: stop getting ready, hand the machine real work, keep the taste yourself.